How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Surprised anybody'd want to tangle with you. Heck, you could go deathclaw hunting with a switch. Well, we know your vitals are good.
You like that?
Yeah, that's a pretty piece of work. Makes me wonder why you'd turn on the NCR. Especially when they had us cold. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him. No, that's... How much ass did you have to kick to get Papa Khan to like you so much? Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Someplace like the old Mormon fort, maybe.
We're always looking for new members. Does he have any particular talent? Excellent. Ezekiel's been after me to find him a new assistant for ages. Tell the boy we'll take him.
They did? Oh, that's great, thank you. I'm out of this crummy camp.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about you. What's up? You look like you could handle yourself in a fix. All right, I'll tell you what. Anders, one of my best runners, is overdue to report back. If you can find out what happened to him, I'll give you some real work.
Please, help me. Thanks for getting me down from that cross. I owe you one. A Legion patrol caught me trying to cross the river. When they found the, package I was carrying, they strung me up there.
Share a whiskey with me sometime? Anders told me what happened. We owe you one for rescuing him. Tell you what. I can give you caps as a thank you or a special recipe Jack cooked up. Here you go. Enjoy it. With Anders out of commission for so long, we're short-handed on runners, and some backlogs have piled up. We've got an associate in the Crimson Caravan Trading Company who distributes for us in out of Vegas. He's been after us for a new shipment.
Hey, look who it is bringing that good con karma around. Diane handles most of the transactional elements of this little enterprise, but I'm always in the market for new recipes if you've got the spark. Right on. What have you got? Right on. Let's have it. Groo-delicious. That ought to rake in the caps. What do I owe you? Here's a little tink-tink to weight your pockets.
in exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas. The Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes. Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
It's always a pleasure to see you around the camp. Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you? Ha! The great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado, and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment. You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration. Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular: me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Hey, seems like you've been making a lot of friends around here. Anders got back a little while before you did. He told me what happened. If that's how the Legion treats my people, I don't want any part of them. Don't worry, Jack and I have talked it over. We'll talk up the idea of breaking the alliance.
Carl sends his regards. I hope you'll be a half-decent challenge.
Huh? Oh, right, yeah. I'll take that. You should go now, before you draw any attention.
You should have been with us in our glory days. You'd have loved it.
Did you make that delivery yet? Great. Here's your payment. Yeah, you did good finding him. Okay, if you want a little work, I think I can find you something. You up for something challenging? I've got a ship of Jet and Psycho that needs to be delivered to Motor Runner at Vault 3.
This is what I've been waiting to see. A big bad Khan bringing in the medicine. How about you toss some Psycho my way? Hey, no need. No need. I was just kidding. Motor Runner's down in the maintenance wing. Straight through the door behind me, down the hall, down the stairs to the right. I was just kidding about tossing me some Psycho, so you don't gotta say anything about that. We have a Khan coming through to see the boss. Don't shoot at him.
Getting high. I wasn't expecting a resupply so soon. So you have anything from Red Rock Canyon to sell me? About goddamn time. Tell the Khans that they can't keep a steady supply. We'll find someone who can.
Did you make that delivery yet? And you didn't even get skinned alive. I'm impressed. Here's your payment. That's close enough. What do you want with the Great Khans? You can ask, but why would I do that? Carl told me all about the life in the Legion. He says I've got all the makings of a speculatory. What? No, What do you mean aren't allowed to serve? Why would he lie about that? That lying little weasel. I almost fell for it too. All right, you've got a deal. You can tell Papa I won't support an alliance. Awaiting a delivery, but it's a no-show. I'm guessing that the death clause in the quarry have something to do with that. Is that right? What's your angle? All right, fair enough. You help us out, and I'll owe you one. I was expecting a shipment of chemicals. It's usually in a suitcase dropped off in one of the big machines up here. Because of the death clause, I have to assume the suitcase is still in Sloan. Snoop around the place and get it for me.
You need something? Ah, yes. I think I know which friend you mean. Even if there weren't death claws in the quarry, there'd still be no delivery. The supplier, a guy in Prim named Tyrone, is a cheating son of a bitch who won't deliver even though he's already been paid in advance. She's my daughter. Takes a little too much after her mother, rest her soul. But she's happy with the Great Khans, and that's enough for me. Come on! Had enough?
Hey! You like that?
You actually came through for us. I didn't expect that. Anyway, the Great Khans pay their debts and don't forget their friends. If you ever come out to Red Rock Canyon, I'll put in a good word for you.
You don't give up, do you? Away, Kaiser! Come on!
More of my advisors are starting to talk openly of breaking our alliance. I wonder where that idea is coming from.
Who are you? How did you find this place? Never forget the Goodsprings massacre.
Better not try that again.
They tracked us to Goodsprings and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down. It's because of that that we have sworn to take revenge on the NCR.
Got enough? What have you done?
What have you done?
This is hopeless!
No!
No!
You're becoming quite the political agitator. I can't say I'm displeased. Let me see. My God, this is even worse than I thought. Okay, you have my support. I'll tell Papa the Alliance is a bad idea.
All four of my most trusted advisors have told me we should break our alliance. Maybe I should hear you out after all. Let me see that. Filthy savages. Probably have to decimate the lot of them? Are these the words of our friend, Caesar? Great Khans, drive Caesar's dog out of our camp. If he's too slow to flee, kill him. Hey! Ah, you're back. What else do you need? I've heard some things from my most trusted Khans that makes me wonder whether this alliance is a good idea after all. But I want to leave a legacy of greatness when I die. My tribe deserves better than this, cowering in a canyon and living on scraps. Tell me then, if I don't join with Caesar's Legion, where will I find my tribe's lost glory? Well spoken, traveler, well spoken indeed. Perhaps it's time to find our own destiny, unburdened by the past. We'll begin readying the camp to move. As soon as Caesar makes his move, we'll depart. We will make ourselves strong again, and we shall conquer.
How's my most favoritist friend? What do you mean, helpful? My stuff already makes people feel Groot-alicious. Oh, you're right. I should start a side project making meds to keep my aura clean. Already on it. I whipped up a few stim packs already, but if you've got any more recipes, I'll take them.
Yeah, you made a pretty good argument. We'll keep it small for now, but if it turns a profit, we might expand.
You must get to the control room and install the override chip.
You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.